not know that.
I don't think anyone would actually broadcast up to 8 hours. That'd be ridiculous. A little crazy.
Kill myself if I had to sit here with you for 8 hours.
That'd be awesome. That'd be like that'd be some heroic shit that you could tell your children about. Like, I sat down and talked to this dude for 8 hours. It was amazing.
Yeah, but I'd be
fucking
dead,
amazing.
So I couldn't tell him anything.
You think you'd die? Shit.
I'd kill myself.
Well, you're old. Oh, you'd kill yourself. Okay. How would you do it? No, wait. Don't give the listeners any ideas. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Cobra Podcast. Today and only, possibly this week, I already fucked up. We are covering IOHL. We're covering the first week. A lot has happened. But before we get into all the craziness and nonsense, and I talk to you about what I'm drinking today, introduce our guest, the one, the only, the IOHL president, the king of fucking shit, I guess, Zendon. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Great. I'm about 6 or 7 shots in. I figured I'd start the drinking before the podcast started, just to see how that would go.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, no. You know what's funny is when we did the power rank, or sorry, the draft one, I said, I was talking all this shit about my girlfriend, and she actually ended up listening to the whole podcast after. And I thought she'd be mad, but she actually really liked it. She enjoyed it. She thought the second half was better than the first half. I'm like, well, that's because I was more drunk for the second half than I was for the first half.
Wow.
First half, yeah. Plus we had like Reaper. Reaper's gonna be on around 10:30 and shit, so it's gonna be fun. So we'll leave it. We'll talk about a couple of things that changed. I think some announcements. But before we get into that, I just want to take a second to talk about the Vegas thing. The shooting that went on last weekend. I think around the time they were running the draft. I'm not 100% sure. Do you know what time that happened at? Was it when we were doing the draft? Is that when that happened?
I think it was later than that, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well, we ran the draft podcast for about 3 hours. So right. A large window there. Just our prayers and our prayers out to everyone there who was affected and everyone in Vegas, and hopefully they can get over that shit quickly. It's fucking disgusting how many people died and were injured and shit.
And the crazy thing is, that guy had rooms booked at other venues for concerts as well. And
really, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he had a room booked overlooking Lollapalooza, and something over, I believe, Fenway as well. And it's scary. I mean,
holy fuck.
People go to these concerts, and I go to a lot of concerts too, and people go to these things to get away from life and forget about stuff and enjoy themselves, and to have to think about this. It sucks. Sucks to deal with.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Been hearing a lot about it this week. Fucking A, man. So we made it for the first week. I think we didn't have preseason. It was just teams just kind of arranging their own games, right?
Yep.
Sadly, we did lose a couple. We did lose a couple teams to some fucking retard owners. I think we had a bunch of problems during the draft that held up the first round and the second round. We lost LA. Who owned LA?
Salty Sailor.
Salty Sailor?
I don't want to talk out of school, but I kind of feel like that was a setup, like he was doing that on purpose. He's had some problems with the league in the past, and we forgave him for it and let him come back and own a team because we really wanted to get to 20 teams. And his former management said that they lost contact with him. He wasn't even talking to them coming to the draft. And I kind of feel like the whole thing was a setup on his part. It's a shame because I know he's a good dude. And he's been around IOHL a long time and around all the leagues a long time. So I don't know. I hope it's not true. I hope he, just ran into some personal issues that he had to deal with and that everything's okay and we can move on from there.
Yeah, no, it definitely held up the first round for a long time. I think it took us like half an hour to get through the first round. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the other team we lost, I think he fell asleep. Was that the excuse? He fell asleep during the draft? Like what? Was he like Tank's brother?
Yep. Well,
was he Tank?
I mean, I didn't hear him snoring, so it's not Tank or Eddie fist bump. But he said he fell asleep during the draft.
Jesus. That's fucking retarded. Okay, so we lost 2 teams. We're down to 18, but that's not too bad. We have some teams having some issues with some players, but I think we're looking pretty good starting the week, right? I think everyone's good. It should be an interesting season, of course, with a couple key figures like Bruins fan. I'd first like to dedicate this podcast to Bruins fan and Big Wet May. Without your inspiration, I just wouldn't be able to continue going on. You guys are out there. Holy shit! No, it isn't. It's Tank with the background noise. It just comes in like crickets in the background. Like, what are you outside?
How the fuck you get this fucking thing to work?
It's working, Tank.
It's like, we can hear you. We can even hear your background noise.
Niggas, get this fucking thing to work for me.
All right, so Tank has just joined the podcast.
Tank,
that's
put
great.
The drink down.
Thanks for ditching me last week.
Niggas, get this fucking... I want to hear these motherfuckers. Get the fucking thing up. These dirt... Niggas, fucking get me this fucking podcast. I'll punch you in the face.
I don't know if we should continue with the podcast or wait for him to fix his technical errors. Like, I don't... kind of lost right here. He kind of threw me a curveball. Like, I don't...
Should we just...
fucking know. Should we just kick him?
I say we kick him.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, you're there.
Hey.
We were just about to kick you from the podcast.
You kick your shit on podcast. Okay? What's going on?
Cobra and I have been drinking for about an hour or more working up to it, but it sounds like you've got a better head start than we do.
I've been drinking since fucking 3 o'clock today.
I can't tell.
That's what happens when you fucking deal with the IOHL and the owner's room. Been drinking since fucking 3 o'clock.
I think my greatest accomplishment this week was trolling you out of the owner's room. I think that I have to pride myself on that one. That was a good one.
You troll shit. I just got aggravated.
That's the point.
I want to blow up. So what's going on? Where are we at right now? What are we talking about?
Well, we just started.
Yeah, I think we're just talking shit. We were talking about the Vegas thing there for a second, and then we're talking about some of the teams collapsing and why, and then
yeah. Well, why? You want to know why? Because Salty's a fucking pussy. That's why. Well, teams collapse. That's why Salty's a fucking degenerate piece of shit who collapsed his team. And you know what? I don't give a fuck if he's listening right now. Fuck him and his mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of IOHL, speaking from the heart. I love it.
I'm serious. No, I'm serious. You know what? He's been an IOHL member for a long time, and we gave him a shot for a bunch of shots. Actually, Zenon, how many shots we give him?
Well, I mean, I kind of already touched on this, that he's been around for a long time. We had some issues with him, but we gave him another shot. And, I almost feel like it was a setup on his part that he was going to leave us high and dry. And I hope that's not the case because I personally like Salty. And,
I like Salty. He's a great man. But you know what? He's all about LG now. He's an LG AHL fucking taking a team. So I'm going to go over there. I have no problem with LG because our times don't conflict. We're not going to be LG. I don't want to be LG, but let him go over there. Fuck it. I don't care. I just want a good league here for everybody playing. That's what I created this league for.
All right. So since you're here, Tank, since you're on the podcast, thank you for gracing us with your presence. But what week do you think you'll be requesting a trade?
4.
Week 4?
No, I'm not Crescent don't trade you, asshole. Listen, I like my team. It's good guys. Everybody wants to play club. That's what I like. On teams that come on just for game times. I like my teams to come on and play club. Everybody fucking plays, no matter we lose or win. I like coming on and practicing with my team. I've been on some superstar teams before, Arizona, to where they only care about playing league games and half didn't show up. We forfeited fucking 10 out of 14 games in 2 weeks because they care about LG more than they care about IOHL.
Whew! All right, I'm posting this link. Apparently someone can't find it.
They're all
what the
up.
fuck? Normally I would have my 2 co-hosts. Reaper isn't getting on until 10:30, like I said before. But then there's Gohard, who's supposed to be like a featured. But
where's the Bows? You hit up fucking NLG, tell her about the fucking tournament.
I was gonna try to get him on later in the podcast to try to talk about that a little bit. But I was gonna wait. I was gonna talk more about IHL stuff first, shoot around for a little bit, and then like later in the podcast, if he can get on, then I think he's watching the Habs. He's watching the Habs get their ass kicked right now. So
it's all good. St. Louis is doing a good job tonight. Fuck Dallas.
Hey, easy with that. Fuck Dallas talk.
What, you're a Dallas fan?
No, but St.
Louis, you're an actual Dallas fan?
No, I'm on Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Zenon, one of my best friends in real life is on Dallas. Were you Money Sniper?
Oh, Money's your guy?
My boss's fucking son.
Oh. No wonder he told me today that you're an asshole, so I guess that's why.
He told what? I just saw.
I'm only kidding.
I just saw him.
I'm kidding.
Ago. I saw him.
Take it easy.
Ago. I know. I said you got Zen on your team. He goes, "Oh, I like Zenon." I said, "Yeah, he's all right." I said he sucks in net, but he's okay, guy.
We'll talk about my team later because we've got I could do a whole hour podcast on just my team right now. But,
well, hey,
really,
they
we'll
beat
leave
us
that for later.
They beat us 9-1, so whatever.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but how much of those scrimmage games actually mean anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, well.
I think Tank was playing in worse condition than he's in right now.
All right, keeping the flow going. I'm liking it. I am currently drinking Zambuca. How familiar with Zambuca are you guys? Have you guys ever tried Zambuca before? It's Italian, so I'm assuming Frank has tried it.
I haven't ever tried Zambuca. Zambuca is like a fucking traditional drink for us, so yeah.
All right, fair enough. What about you, Zenon?
Zambuca goes in our coffee for dessert. Every Sunday dinner, Zambuca's in our coffee for dessert. So, yes, I've tried Zambuca.
What about you, Zendon?
Oh yeah, I've had it plenty of times.
I think it's like one of the first. It's like a childhood drink for me. This is like when I used to get drunk at parties. I bring up a bottle of Zambuca. I love it. I love the aftertaste.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. She gets you fucked up.
Oh fuck yeah! No, I think I'm almost halfway done the bottle, and I'm feeling pretty good. Oh
yeah. You might get late. You might get late tonight. So it's all good.
Probably not, but let's continue.
We all know you got a kid, so you might have to eat the ass tonight. So,
that's disgusting.
You never
Tank, would you ever actually eat an ass? Like if the chick went and said, "I want you to eat my ass," you would do it?
Eat the ass like groceries? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't know. We just lost both viewers after that. We just lost 2 viewers after that. These guys are talking about eating ass. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
All right, let's go back to IOHL.
Okay, all right. So here, I'll shoot off one topic I wanted to get out. Your top. We'll start with Zendon. because he seems to be the more coherent out of the group here. Your top 3 teams and your number 1 underdog team to finish the season.
To finish the season, top 3 teams.
I better in a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean it's hard not to pick Chicago as the top team. I mean, these guys have all been playing together a long time. I know they're having a little bit of issue filling out the bottom end of their roster. But the top end of that roster is so good, it's going to be difficult to beat them, especially come playoff time when the when the games get more important. These guys are going to focus more. And
you have 2 lines. You have 2 lines in the playoffs. Remember that.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I think the guys putting that team together. Poppy owns that team, but he's got a puppet master, and I think that the puppet master's got his hand on the pulse, and that he'll figure out the bottom half of that roster by the time the season's over.
His puppet master got a hands on something else. Look.
Oh, Tank.
But yeah, for Chicago, obviously, I agree. Chicago's a tough team. And
but for Chicago's power rankings, I posted 10 fresh cut lawns out of 10. Is that racist or is that good? That's fine, right?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, all right.
Poppy knows his lawns.
I'm in the middle of writing it right now. Yeah, 10 fresh cut lawns out of 10. I figured that good. I figured that was good.
Yeah, that's nice.
You have a baseball field. Poppy cuts your lawn, you have a baseball field. Cut good.
I don't even know what that means.
All right, 2 more teams then. Come on, then we'll throw it over to Tank.
I think, the Islanders obviously won it last year. And, you got to give it up to Swizzy. He's been able to put a good team together and hold them together and get them to all focus at the right time of the year.
Yeah, get Bill 6.5.
I didn't consider them to be a cup contender last season, and Swizzy managed to get these guys all together at the right time and got them to all peak at the right time and focus at the right time.
Yeah, to speak on that dude was like 500 for the whole entire season. Then he trades me for like the best forward on this other team, and the motherfucker shoots to the top of the standings almost.
Well, I mean, it's the smartest thing he ever did was getting rid of you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Got rid of your fucking dirty ass.
I won't fight that one. That's true.
Let's see, a third team.
And you don't have to you don't have to go into like major detail, like just some brush points, and then you know what I mean. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to like break down the team for us. You know what I mean? Just a generalization.
Well, I mean, I think that I don't know if I can pick a third team, but I think that there's a few teams that'll all be fighting for that kind of third spot. I think Angry Fawn's got a good team.
Yeah, so I think he puts together a good team every season. Fawn is a great owner. I love him. He fucking does a good job in IOHL. He really does.
Hey, listen, whose turn is it? Mine or yours?
I'm sorry. I want to comment on that.
I think Fawn's got a great team. I think Winnipeg Jets always does a good job putting a team together.
And was trade somebody for nobody.
I think, just like Swizzy trading Cobra was his best move of the year, I think Jets trading you was his best move of the year, even if he traded him for a guy he waived a week later.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to take it. I'm going to have another drink because you're a fucking ass on that one.
Chug lug, Tank.
All right.
I think Snoopy's got a chance of getting a good team together as long as he trades Cobra relatively quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Trade rape another team for me. I for some reason I have good trade value for no apparent reason. I've done absolutely nothing in IOHL in terms of stats.
Well, you better start doing shit.
A team that I think is going to be decent this season. That I think in past.
Is this your underdog pick? Is this your underdog pick?
An underdog pick, but it's a guy that we overlook a lot. This is his first time owning in a while. but he was the GM of a team for a couple of years, and realistically, I mean, he ran a team for those years, or seasons rather. I think JDJ is going to have a good team with Vegas.
Yeah, I agree. I got another underdog team. I think you're going to
Go for it.
Yeah, all right, Tank. It's your turn now. It's your turn now.
My underdog team, Boston.
Boston.
Yep, Boston. I think Boston is going to be a great team this season. They took a lot of guys who are on the New York Rangers, and I don't know what happened with them today. I saw a Bruins fan fucking getting crazy in Norwich room. I don't know what happened. I think with those guys he took, he'll do a good job.
Oh, fucking A. All right, I'm back.
Other teams, obviously Chicago, LA, all those guys, they're gonna do good. I'm looking forward to see what Toronto puts out.
Yeah, LA's going to do
Toronto.
real good.
Kitty's on Toronto. I want to see. Kitty's a great defenseman. I want to see what Toronto brings. Minnesota straighten out their shit. I want to see what Minnesota brings. I want to see what Philly brings. I brought in my boys from LG. Philly. I want to see what they bring to the table. They got
a fucking. You want to see a lot?
Yeah. No. I'm serious. I mean, hey, I'm happy with the owners I have. So, people bring to the table, but I mean, Philly, they're pretty good. They got a lot of good players because they're all.
Ugh. Tank, you still with us?
He's falling and he can't get up.
It's like he just passed out. So he's in the middle of the parking lot. Done. Comatose. Look, and our viewers went up as soon as Tank passed out.
This is what happened. This is exactly what happens if you schedule Tank for the 11:30 game. Take note of that. Yeah. Big wet May. Take note.
Straight 10:30s the rest of the season. Don't even try to fucking chance it.
No doubt.
All right, so I will do my top 3 teams really quickly.
Okay.
So I'll kind of go with what you picked, almost a little bit. Yeah, fucking definitely. And I'm writing the West Power Rankings right now, so it's super hard to say anything negative against Chicago, other than the fact that they have a not Big Wet, sorry. Yeah, I got to think of a really catchy fucking. All right, well, they have Pylon on their team. Fuck it, whatever. I can't come up with anything for his name, but other than that, there's really nothing to point at their team. It looks solid. If they make a couple more moves and they pick up someone else in bidding, though, that team is like, that's my choice to win the cup. Never mind the President's Cup. Like, even I don't care. Most people are like, yeah, you win the President's Cup, it guarantees you the cup in any league. No, never. Even if you have like the best record, I find most teams that win the cups are teams that don't win the President's Cup, that have like usually, yes, an above 500 record. They will definitely do really well, and they'll be one of the top teams. I think they'll win the cup if they keep going the way they do and they make a couple more acquisitions. What other teams to follow them? Fuck. Big Wet Cunt's team, if he can keep it together, I think will be a top team. And then...
as long as he trades Tank.
As long as he trades Tank, yeah, you can get a lot for Tank, believe it or not. Let me look up here. What other team? Chicago. I give Ottawa some credit so May can love me again. That's the thing about May. A lot of people misinterpret that whole thing in the owner's room. Like, I actually like May. I never had an issue with the dude. I just don't ever take me seriously. Even the power rankings I posted, they were just mainly to fuck around and relax and enjoy the league. And that's what, as guys, that's the guy's motto. Like, fuck you, Zednin, you're a faggot. But that doesn't mean I don't like you. It means actually me calling you a name actually means I like you more than most guys. If I don't like someone, I don't talk to them. So what other team? What other team here?
Oh, I just got a text from Tank. He didn't fall asleep.
What happened? He broke his phone?
No, his mother called him during the and interrupted the podcast.
Got an answer from mommy.
Wait a minute. She called because it's his grandmother's birthday tomorrow. So let's give Grandma or Nana or whatever these Italian guys call their grandmother. They got all different kind of names for them. But let's give Grandma a happy birthday.
I think it's Nana. I think you call it Nana. I think that's the Italian version of it.
Okay, well, let's give Nana a shout out for her birthday.
All right.
Happy birthday to Tank's grandmother.
All right, she'll never listen to this, but yes, I will take a shot of Zambuca made from Italy in her honor right now. My girlfriend's gonna kill me. I'm halfway through this bottle already. Like, oh, fuck. Fuck, I can't think of a third team that I'd really want to pin on it on. I have my underdog team picked right off the bat, but I don't know. What was your third team? I'm gonna go with your choice. What was your third team?
I kind of backed out on it and named like 3 teams for my third team.
All right, so everyone rewind the podcast, go back to sentence part. Those are the 3 teams I picked. I can't even fucking remember. But my underdog team, 100%, is Philly. Great bunch of dudes. They've had a rough week with their draft, especially, but it looks like they're pulling it together. I think they're an underdog team. I think a lot of people aren't looking at them. I do think they'll do well. They have commitment. That's the one thing. It's the most important thing as an owner. If you're not committed, or you don't really have the heart for it, you're not going to be successful. But if you try and you're actually trying to make your team better and you're practicing every night and you actually care, like I've seen teams like owners that are rookies in like NLG and other leagues that are rookies, have no real experience, put together awesome teams and go far. So Philly 100% is my underdog team of the season. Big shout out to C-Dub, and I think he's gonna do well. I think he's gonna do well this season, and I'm gonna take the shot to celebrate that.
There you go.
Well, holy fuck!
I have to agree with you in one aspect. From the league staff standpoint, I really like when new owners will ask a lot of questions and have a lot of concern about their team.
No, you don't.
No, yes, I do.
You hate when people ask you questions.
It's the worst part of being staff. Listen, it's annoying as fuck that I got to deal with them 24 hours a day when I'm working, when I'm sleeping, when I'm home, when I'm out hiking. I could be out in a kayak and I'm getting text messages and phone calls from these idiots. But I would much rather hear from owners like I do C-Dub, like I do Go Hard, some of these guys than the guys that just disappear. They take ownership of a team and you don't hear from them until their team's about ready to fold. These guys are asking questions. And most of the owners are like that are new. But you can kind of tell early which ones are going to have trouble and which ones are not, and which ones are going to seek the help when they need it, because every new owner needs some help. It's a tough thing. It's not easy to start out, especially if you're not a really well-known player. Because it's tough to get these top guys to play for you and to show up every day and all that stuff. And, you can tell which ones really care, which ones don't.
Especially for a league like IOHL. And it's one thing like that I got to respect about the league is the longevity. The fact that we're talking here and it's season 16 and we're still, the league is still managing. I shouldn't say we, like, it's not like I've been part of it the whole entire time. Yeah, I was staff back in the day for a season or two, and I'm back here helping again. But the longevity, the fact that this league has gone as long as it has, the fact that it's in season 16, where most leagues don't make it that far. And most of them are, if you look at, and not try to talk shit about XOHL or Moose, but those leagues are like straight up 10 teams every season, which I guess is fine if you like that. But IOHL is always trying to push the envelope and trying to get more teams and trying to get as much people in to play. And that's one thing I respect about it. So the longevity, the fact we're in season 16, and you got all these signups every season is good.
You got to give it to Tank. We give Tank a hard time all the time. But, he's the one that started this thing. He's the one that keeps it together.
Yeah, he's fucking committed as fuck.
when the rest.
That's one thing. A lot of people give Tank shit. A lot of people think Tank's quote unquote corrupt, because their team didn't get something in their favor. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of good people like Kidney being you. I think you stepping up after the whole who was it? Who's before you? Fucking Pipes.
Pipes.
What was that dude?
Pipes was there.
Double tagging.
Miss Ovechkin was there when I started.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on Miss O. Jesus Christ! Don't.
I came to the league. My first season in this league, we had all 32 NHL teams and we had AHL teams also. I started out on an AHL team, and the NHL team that was I guess that held my contract or whatever you want to call it, was the Rangers, and the Rangers were run by Rav. And I don't know if we have to remind anybody, but you all know what happened with that. And that whole thing blew up, and the league went from, full NHL and AHL and went down to friggin', 10 teams the next season after it all blew up.
Yeah, that's
all the corruption and, all that stuff. It was crazy. I don't know if I want to call it corruption. It's probably not the right word because the league itself was not involved in it. But, but there was a lot of trouble with a lot of teams, and there was a lot of cheating going on and a lot of backhanded stuff, and it wasn't good, and it went down to nothing. And then I joined staff the next season, which I believe was season 8, I think.
Is that the one where like Pied Pipe's cousin was staff? Brendan VI or something?
He came on, I think, a season or 2 after I did.
Okay, so you never had to deal with it. I heard he was annoying as fuck.
No, I had to deal with him a lot.
Okay.
Brandon and I kind of positioned ourselves as arch enemies on staff. Anytime one of us argued one angle, the other one took the other side of it.
Yeah.
Whether we agreed or not, that was kind of our thing. I actually like Brandon. He's Pipe's cousin, and I like Pipes too. I had Pipes on my team last year, or last season, and he played really well for me. I like those guys. I mean, there was some stuff that happened in staff that I didn't really like, and that that it was a good thing to move on from. But I like where we're at now. We have a good staff now. I mean, like you said, Kidney Bean is like the glue of this whole staff. He's been around forever. He's like the stability. He doesn't let anything bother him. Does his work, and and then adding you and Dark and Tavares to do the internet stuff, and having Boston fan around when he's got his time. I mean, we got a good staff right now. I like it. A lot of experience.
All right. We actually have a special guest caller.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He wants to call into the show. I gotta find his fucking. He said he unblocked me. I don't think he did. I'm gonna call him right now. All right, Blaze. I'm not gonna say who it is. Although, if you haven't paid attention to the podcast and have read the WhatsApp chat that I have broadcasting, that I still have broadcasting. Probably should turn that off. All right. Let's get him on here. If he answers, it'd be funny. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, sir. Welcome to the Cobra Podcast, sir. Thank you for calling in. Do you have a request that we could play on the air for you?
What's that, bud?
You didn't hear me? I don't know if he's fucking with me or the internet on my phone is so fucking bad I can't fucking make out.
I don't know if this phone thing is working. We can't get him a link to just join it.
No, you're better, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. You're good.
Okay, all right, man. Welcome to the podcast. Just quickly introduce yourself for the fans and the audience, the 4 viewers that we have right now. Go ahead.
This is Bruins fan. I'm the owner of the Bruins, OHL Bruins.
All right, sir. So you want to call in? Do you have any special words? Like, what's up, man? How's your night going?
Doing good. Just playing with the crew right now as I'm talking to you guys.
You're playing with the crew?
Yeah, my OHL team. Yeah,
who's that? Motley Crew.
Motley Crew. All right. Sorry. When you said you're playing with the crew, I thought you were jerking off your team. Okay, so you guys are playing hockey. That's great. So how do you guys think you're gonna do this season? You guys think? I hear you have some secret weapons. You care to share on the podcast?
It's pretty much my first. No, I have a good goalie. I just need to keep that out. I'm going to keep that on the wrap. So he's pretty solid.
Is that good goalie you?
He's pretty good.
Is that good goalie you? Zenyan's asking.
No, that's not me.
It's not you. All right.
Nope. But no, I just calling to apologize to you, anyways, man. There's a lot of shit going on. I'm stressed out, you know.
Well, I guess we could have this conversation live. Yeah, you look.
Days a week. I stay active with the IOHL as much as I can in my team. I don't go to bed till like 1 a.m. just to practice with my team. I'm pretty committed to my team in this league. So.
Well, no, that's good to hear, man. Yeah, I didn't want to start things out. You have to understand me as a person. When I view online is my place to just fuck around. I'm never serious. I have no grudges against you, man. I hope you do well this season. You can't take anything I said in the power rankings seriously. I was fucking with you when we were talking before. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, that's cool. We're cool, dude. We're cool.
Yeah, that's just the Boston in me, man. I'm actually from that area, so that's just that nature up here. You know, I get a little ridiculous crazy.
All right.
My apologies.
No, me too, man.
I love the league. I love all the owners. It's a great thing. I took over Chicago last year because I was the AGM over in Detroit with Slice and Kidney. I got a lot of Kidney's a good dude. He definitely does a lot for this league. And he deserves a lot more credit than he gets, I think, from a lot of people.
Well, we were just blowing him right as you called. I think me and Zen did a pretty good job of sucking his nuts. No, okay. No, that's good for you to say, man. Thanks.
But no, I think you guys will be surprised what this team can do. I know you guys, we're all new here, but I think you're going to be surprised. We'll make some noise. I got faith in my team.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Boston is going to make some fucking noise. Let's get it. Let's get a big fucking applause. Zendon, you're the only person, so start clapping. It's like a slow clap. All right, man. Thanks for calling in and shit. And wish you guys the best of luck the rest of the season.
You too, man.
All right. Is it weird that I just gained like a shitload of respect for that dude after that call?
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I got me and him were like at arms.
I can tell you.
All right, go ahead.
He contacted me. A handful of owners contacted me prior to the draft to kind of get a feel of if I would play for them, and I play for anybody, so I don't really care. And I tell everybody that whoever drafts me, that's who I play for. It is what it is. I've never requested a trade. I've never, caused any trouble on any team. I play for who drafts me, and if you like it, great. If you don't, trade me and get rid of me, that's fine too. Anyway, he contacted me prior to the draft and told me that his intention was to draft me in the second round. And I immediately said to him, "You're crazy. A, I'm not that good. I'm a decent goalie, but I need players in front of me, just like any goalie does. And to draft me in the second round would mean he'd have to pass on drafting some either offensive or defensive talent that's better than me." So I told him, and I told every owner that contacted me the same thing. You got to get some talent first before you go ahead and draft me. And I really thought that I was going to end up going to him in either the third or fourth round. And then Blaine and Sparty scooped me up in the second, and I would have liked to play for Boston. He's got a good team there. and more importantly than anything else, he's got a bunch of really good people on his team. I love Rufio. I played with him plenty of times. He's got a whole bunch of really good people on that team. So whether they're a great team or not, it's going to be a fun team to be around if you're on that squad.
Oh man, sorry, I just finished another shot.
That's right. I've been chugging Tito's and
what are you
cranberry
drinking
juice
tonight?
all night too. Tito's and cranberry juice.
The fuck is Tito's?
It's vodka.
It's vodka? All right.
Yep.
I'm looking for some good suggestions. Donk suggested I get. So that's one thing with the liquor. I want to try a new liquor every week when we do the podcast. One, because I'm not much of a drinker, so I might as well fucking use this as an excuse to become an alcoholic. And two, because I want to try different alcohols. Right? I've only ever had like a couple in my lifetime, so I want to try different ones. So what are you suggesting, Tito? Like, what would you suggest for a liquor for next weekend, for next podcast?
Boy, that's a tough one. I mean, you want to talk about liquor, you're hanging around the right guy. I'm like a functional alcoholic.
All right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for a liquor that's going to get me fucked up.
Oh, gosh. I don't remember who it was, but I saw somebody recommend to you in the in your pit that you should do Jameson, and I'm seconding that.
Jameson,
Next week should be Jameson.
I would have got it today, but I couldn't find it, and I was in a hurry to get home. I was fucking tired. It was after work. You know what I mean? The store was perfect. There's that time when you go in the store and there's like 4 caches open and like one person at each. So it's like, okay, let me get there before those lines build up. You know what I mean? Or you're sitting there fucking for like 20 minutes waiting for fucking, bitches carding every single person that goes in.
After you listen back to this podcast, during the week and decide if you'll have me back again next week or not.
100%.
If you have me back, you and I will both be drinking Jameson. How about that?
Oh, fair enough. I will. Is there different types of Jameson, or is there just one type of Jameson? I don't know. Some alcohols have like different types.
No, you're just your standard. I'm sure they have higher grades and more expensive, and I don't know anything about that. But it's good stuff. You'll like it.
Good stuff. All right, I'll get a bottle of Jameson. I want to build up the collection. I need people come over like, look, I got 60 different types of alcohol. Which one do you want? Right? Be great. We'll talk a little bit about the power rankings. All right, so I'm gonna have you tell me, the Winnipeg Jets fans' power rankings or my power rankings. Which ones were your favorite?
Well, I mean, Jets didn't go into terrible depth on each team. Neither
did I.
The way yeah, sure. The way that Jets has always done it, and he's been doing it for a season or two now, is his rankings are what he's there for, and he'll throw a little 1-sentence blurb about each team and who he thinks their important players are, and that's about it. And but it's all about where he ranks them. That's what's important on his rankings.
Yeah.
Whereas I really don't have any idea what's important on your rankings other than trying to get a rise out of whoever the hell's on whatever team you're talking about.
That was essentially the point. It's essentially the point. And I got a rise out of a couple of guys, so it was a success.
Yeah, it worked well.
But I put a disclaimer at the bottom. I'm like, look, guys, don't take me seriously. I think it was Farva. Remember we were having that conversation in the pit where Farva was like, he was kind of shitting on Winnipeg Jets.
Farva. Let me think. Who the
Farva,
hell?
Larva,
I don't think
douchebag, whatever.
I don't think I can even remember who that jackass is.
Larva, he was drafted in the first round. He must be good, right? No.
Is he still on a team?
I think so. So he was shitting on Winnipeg Jets fans on power rankings because they only had 2 lines. It's like, oh man, only had 2 lines. And I remember me and you were kind of debating with him, like, well, he did take the time out of his day to do it. You know what I mean? Give him some respect for that at least. because not many people write power rankings. One, because they're afraid of what people are going to think. And two, because they don't know anyone. Realistically, you talk to like most players in this league, and they don't know who's on. They don't know half the names in the league. Sometimes they don't even know more than that. So, most people are kind of hesitant to do power rankings based on those two things. So I'm like, let me make a power ranking that has nothing to do with power rankings, just to kind of mock it and kind of give Farva like, okay, you wanted more than 2 sentences? I'm going to give you a fucking paragraph for each team, and it's just going to be me fucking talking shit on them. And I thought it was great. I loved it. I loved doing it. It was great. And the responses were awesome. A lot of people were like, they understood that it was a joke. I understood that it was funny. And, they loved it. And I like that they read it a little bit more. And I'm doing the West ones right now. It's kind of hard. I'm stuck on Chicago. It's hard to talk shit on Chicago. It really is. The only person you can really talk shit on is Fred. Like I probably said earlier. It's tough. It's fucking tough.
I'm sure you could think of a few things to say about Poppy.
Other than like the cutting of the grass, no, not really, man. I'm not. I can't think of anything really, man. I've always thought of him as a pretty cool dude. There was one time in NLGE where he actually had an owner against me. I had an owner contact me, and he's like, "This guy Poppy's being a fucking asshole, and he doesn't want to play for my team." And I told him I'm going to get him blacklisted. And he's like, "No, I'm boys with Cobra. Me and Cobra are boys." And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I barely know you, and you're dropping my name to this owner? Like, the owner's like bitching at me, like, this is what's wrong with NLGE. This is what's wrong with leagues. Like, fuck, dude. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. It was funny. So that's the only thing I really have on him, to be honest.
I've got a Poppy story for you if you want it.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot, man, because I think we're out of, like, real legit topics, and we got, like, 9 minutes to kill. So go ahead, bud.
And I've told Poppy this plenty of times. Poppy's gamer tag for a long time was King Ownage.
Yeah. I still haven't saved on WhatsApp as that.
Okay, so when I was on the Rangers a whole bunch of years ago with Eddie Fistpump and those guys, we were heading toward the playoffs, and a week prior to the trade deadline, the team had decided, and I think I was management at that point. I was part of the decision-making. And we had decided that we needed one more offensive, put the puck in the net player on the roster. So we made a deal for King Ownage. He immediately, now this Ranger team was a bunch of guys that had played together for a long time and, knew each other really well, and it was a real cohesive unit, and nobody had any idea other than this guy puts the puck in the net, who King Ownage was. But we traded for him because, he had a lot of points that season, and he's a good player. He's a really good player, and a good scorer, especially. And so we traded for him, and he immediately didn't fit in with the rest of the team. And he and not anything he did. He just, his style didn't fit with the way the rest of the team played. So it didn't go well. And he was there for a week, and it was kind of a tumultuous week because, he clearly didn't fit in right from day one. And here's a top player coming to a top team that didn't fit together. And, so a week later, we ended up trading him away. And as soon as he found out that he was traded away, he was happy. But he also was kind of like, yeah, F you guys, for not fitting into the clique, I guess. And his parting shot, he posted a picture in the team WhatsApp of a whole bunch of kangaroos screwing each other and then left. And it was just hilarious. I mean, that was all I knew of the guy at the time. We just a picture of these kangaroos fucking each other. And it was,
That's an awesome first impression. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Kangaroos fucking each other. I wish you still had it. I'd play it for the podcast. Fuck it.
Poppy's got it because I brought it up to him last season, and he immediately sent me the picture because he must have it on file. Oh yeah.
Yeah, unless he's listening to the podcast, I don't think we're gonna get that. But that'd be great.
Oh, wow.
Kangaroos fucking. All right, man. We're down to the last 5 minutes. It's been great. It's been great. Just fucking thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the place of my co-host, Go Hard, who is getting a sex change right now. I think Reaper, unfortunately, has a very important job of saving lives. What the fuck is that about, right? No, so he couldn't get on.
Becoming a man now?
Go Hard becoming a man. Go soft. We call him Go Soft here, so I'm sure I have to go with that. You know the history between me and Go Hard, right?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. Why don't you fill the rest of the listeners or viewers in?
Well, I don't know if we talked about it on the live draft show because I was way too fucking wasted. I wouldn't say I was wasted. I only had like 10 shots. Fuck it. I think I'm more wasted now than I was on the actual fucking podcast. I think I'm almost done this bottle. My girlfriend's gonna fucking kill me. But we played an NLG. I can't remember exactly what the fuck it was, but he went from team to team to team to team. There's some issues with it. We ended up having. I think we ended up blacklisting him. To be honest, we ended up blacklisting him because he. I think he was trying to incite other people to quit. I can't remember. It's so long ago. But his comeback was that he was gonna file a complaint to Canada Revenue about NLG claiming its taxes, and that's why we were talking about it. We were talking about the joke about the taxes thing in the last podcast,
right.
But it was so funny and bizarre. It's like, dude, you know how much money I've spent on the site compared to how much it's made? Like, not even like 1/10 of how much I've spent, I've probably made back, and even then, that's nothing because I have to share half of it with another fucking dude. So it's like. It was funny because he's like, I'm gonna, I think at the point that was the first year that we're taking like donations, kind of like how IOHL does, where you could buy. By the way, guys, here's how we plug in shit. If you want to buy a player package in IOHL, it's $5, and what you get 3 priority trade tokens. Oh wait, no, that's the owner's one. Sorry, you get a second as a player. You get a second trade request, an extra 24 hours on waivers, and the ability to list one team that you may not be traded to. Didn't that used to be 3?
It used to be 3. Yep. We cut it back.
Yeah, and then you guys changed it to 1 because too many owners were like fucking abusing the fuck out of it, or too many players. Sorry, I should say. So, anyways, so we started doing packages and stuff for owners to sign extra players in that league and shit like that, and I guess whatever, it was like I think it was the first or second year we were doing it, and we didn't really make much. I think we made like probably $100 a season. Which I think it was $300 for the year just to pay for the fucking servers. So it's not like we were like rolling in the dough here, And he was like, I'm gonna file a complaint. You guys didn't file your taxes. I hope you filed your taxes. Fuck you and this and that. So me and Go Hard didn't like each other for the longest time because of that, and now we're cool with each other, which is kind of funny. Like all that time's passed, and we're just like, yeah, that was funny, man. It's all good. But yeah, that was it. He just threatened to file a complaint to Canada Revenue that we hadn't filed our taxes or something.
And now he's your partner on the club.
And now he's my. That's why I want Black Aviator on here. I want someone who isn't a fan of me, so that when we talk, it shows. That's how you develop chemistry. That's how you make this thing sound better. No, but it's been great with me and you. To be honest, I've actually really enjoyed doing this podcast with you. To be honest, I was a little hesitant at first. But after a couple more shots, I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. I love it. I love it. It's a great experience.
It's fun. And we will have to work on Black AVR for next week. Maybe we can get him on here.
Yeah, but you said he's shy. You said he's a shy person.
He is definitely shy.
Oh, wait. Oh, he just sent me something. He was listening. Oh, let's see it. Oh, there it is.
Poppy, I love you, buddy. Put it on the screen, Cobra.
It's on the screen. I've even zoomed in for the pervs you want to jerk off to it because that's disgusting. That is fucking hilarious. You got
that 2 kangaroos. Parting shot to us on the New York Rangers in season, I don't know, 8 or 9 or 7 or whatever. It was hilarious.
That's fucking great. I love it.
And he didn't say a word. He posted the picture and left the chat. It was great. Mad respect for that.
That's fucking awesome. Thank you, Poppy, for sending that in, buddy. That's great. I didn't think he was listening, but apparently he was.
He's listening.
He's listening. He's just like, well, those guys talking shit about me? Motherfuckers.
Either Poppy's listening or the Puppet Master, one of the two.
Master. What are you guys referring to? Dark? Are you guys referring to Dark as the Puppet Master?
Of course.
Dark is the Puppet Master.
Puppet Master.
All right, so before I go, and I think I was supposed to do this earlier in the podcast, but fuck it, I'll do it now because IOHL is partnering with what is left of NLGE. And not that there's much there. We are doing a threes versus tournament where I have personally sponsored 3 teams. And I think DeBose is sponsoring 3 teams and Tank is sponsoring 3 teams. It's a $10 buy-in, so it's not like we're losing a chunk of money here. But if you win, what is it, 16 times 750. What is that? Come on, in your head, quick, Zenden.
I don't know. I've had too much Tito's.
Too much Tito's. It sounds like a type of chip. It doesn't even sound like a drink. It sounds like a type of, it says, I don't know, Tito's. Kind of like Cheetos. You know what I mean?
I guess.
But, so we're doing that. We're also doing a versus tournament for whoever still plays fucking versus. I don't know. I think there's like 1 sign up.
I've got a question about the threes tournament for clarification purposes.
All right, go ahead.
Is it the regular threes where, same, like the NHL, or is it the NHL threes where it's the arcade mode?
I think it's the arcade mode. I'm not even 100% certain, man. I'll be honest. This is my stance. With NLGE, I gave it to some fucking morons. They fucked it up. It killed the fucking league completely. And it was already in bad shape as it is because it just, season after season, you know how it goes.
Of course.
So I gave it to DeBose now. DeBose wants to do this threes league. So I told him, I'll help you as much as I can. We'll do this partnership with IOHL. We'll advertise each other. And we'll do a threes tournament so it doesn't conflict with them. So as far as details, I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure it's not through club. I'm pretty sure it's through the arcade mode because I don't think there's an invite option. I'm not 100%. I think you have to get into a lobby with each other or something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain. But all I know is threes tournament, chance to win money. If you don't like playing threes, fuck it. I'll sponsor you. Get in there. You only need 3 to 6 players. Have fun. That's all it really, man. I think it takes a week to do the tournament. We do 16 teams. Take 5 days to do the tournament. And then, if you make it all the way to the end, you win some extra change. Fuck it, buy the next NHL or some other game for yourself. Or, if you're nice, split the money with your team. If you're nice.
That's fun.
Yeah, sounds like great fun. Let's see here. Okay, so before we go, we're at 11:02. I'm going to give you a minute to tell everyone how great of an addition I've been to staff. Go ahead. I'll give you a minute.
Do I have to take the whole minute?
You can take as long as you want. You have up to a minute. There you go.
Well, I mean, seriously, you and I were in contact with each other before you joined IOHL, and you were a big help to me with your experience in doing all this stuff. And I was bringing some of the ideas that you brought to me to the rest of staff, for a few seasons now. So bringing you on when the opportunity came just made sense.
I think there's a lot of things that we can improve on. That's the thing. I respect IOHL. Besides the past between me and Tank, I respect IOHL, and I want IOHL to be the premium late night league. Even if Tank says if we do 10 to 20 teams a season, that's successful. A lot of leagues are under the impression that you need to do 30. You need to go out there. You need to have an AHL. You need to have a CHL. No, you don't. You need to have a decent core of dudes who care about the league, which you do have. And then, just fucking roll with that. Whether it's 10 or 20 teams, it doesn't matter. The whole point is just, one, making it easier on staff, and just creating a good experience for people who play. That's it. That's all you got to do, really, realistically, as someone who runs a smaller league. You're never going to compete with LG. The more you try to compete with LG, the more you'll fucking fail. It just doesn't work. It doesn't. Look at all the other leagues that tried. They're all fucking burnt. And here you are, IOHL Season 16. Fucking take this last shot for you guys. It's been amazing. This podcast has been amazing. Thank you so much, Zenden, for being on.
Cobra's gay.
Holy fuck.
Season starts on Monday.
Holy shit. Wait, we might extend this. We might extend it. Who do we have here? Our special guest, Reaper. Bro, you're late. You're late as fuck.
Yeah, I got held over at work a little bit. You can calm the fuck down though.
No, I'm way too far gone to actually calm the fuck down.
I can
You
tell
sent
it's
me
starting to
last
fucking rant and rave.
You know how it gets,
What?
Reaper.
What's up?
You know how I get, man. I love my liquor. Reaper, are you even playing this season in IOHL?
Yes.
Or is it too late for you? What team are you on?
Edmonton.
I forget. Edmonton. All right, let's go take a look. Let's go. Oh, I get to shit on your team in the power rankings. This is gonna be great.
Awesome. Let's hear it. Fucking hear it right now. Come on, Rich.
No, I gotta think about it later. You can't put me on the spot like this.
Oh, I will absolutely put you on the fucking spot. Come on, man up. Give me
All right.
an
Okay, give me a
impression of what you think.
second. Let me load up Edmonton's. Okay, all right. Boom, black and gold. All right, I got a lot to say already.
All right.
DJ Treason's protege there is the fucking owner, so you know that's going nowhere. They got Pipes. You know there's gonna be double tagging. You got Moja Bless. You know he's gonna be feeding everyone jerk chicken during halftime. Who else you got here?
What's wrong with jerk chicken? You got a problem with jerk chicken?
Nothing. I got no problem with jerk chicken. In fact, I wish Moja Bless is on my team so I can get some fucking jerk chicken. Long neck monster. He just got sent down, didn't he?
Yeah.
You guys are not playing the toothless wonder, the fucking man whose teeth can literally chew without the mouth. Like, come on, man. That's fucked up.
I'm not running this team. I'm just playing.
All right. No, but Matt, I have mad respect for your owner because he's a fucked up dude like I am, and we like to fuck with people. But
who likes to puck hog and not pass and take really bad shots? Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Why does it say his salary's $100K?
I don't know.
Because he held $100K of the salary of the guy he traded for Long.
So that's what you do when someone holds a salary, you add it to the owner? Is that what you do?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right, just making sure. I had no fucking idea.
We take it off of the player that they're holding it from.
Yeah.
And add it to the owner's salary, so that way it's recorded on the site.
By the way, I may not be management, but hey, Long Neck Monster is for trade. Please, somebody take him
on the block.
Dirt cheap.
Okay.
We will take him for a fucking puck at this point.
Reaper, I got a question for you.
All right, go ahead.
Are you gonna de-partner with my favorite defenseman out there, Geineman?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
He is one of the funniest fuckers in the league. I love that guy.
Yeah, the guy I wanted to partner with ended up getting taken by another team later on after me. So.
Who was that?
Senior Clapbaum.
Not familiar with him. Fuck.
Yeah, no, not many people would be. He's from LG. I played CHL with him last year, and me and him played absolutely great lockdown defense together.
Are you guys in a team chat together yet? What are you guys using? WhatsApp or GroupMe?
We're using WhatsApp.
Got pipes in there?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. How's
he never shuts the fuck up.
I got to tell you,
he never shuts the fuck up. Really?
Pipes took a few seasons off, but I had him on my Montreal team last year, and he was a great teammate. Always positive, always chattering. He's he had some issues for a little while, but
Pipes isn't a bad guy. I mean,
nope, he's not.
Yeah.
I like Pipes is one of my favorite guys. I like him a lot.
I've had him for a while now.
I've never really I joke around with pipes, but I've never really had an issue with pipes. I think it's mostly just the talk behind him. Like you hear a lot of things from other players. That's the preconception, right? You hear a lot of shit. Like even for me too, there's a lot of people who hear a lot of shit about me, but don't actually know me. And they take things that I say out of context, and it's kind of the same thing for pipes. You know what I mean? A lot of people say a lot of shit about him in certain circles. So you kind of take that and you kind of judge him based on that, but I don't think it's fair, right?
No, 100%. Pipes is a good dude.
Oh yeah, Pipes isn't a bad guy. I like him.
That Reaper 0851 dude is a jackass though.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree. He's an asshole. I don't know which guy would want to fucking draft him.
Why don't you have any? Is this like your first season in IOHL or something?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Fucking A. All right. Well, hopefully you have a good experience.
Yeah, if it's anything like NLG, we'll see.
I know, man. It's really sad, man. I really wish I could have continued doing it, but man, it's too fucking much work. Fuck that shit. I'd rather be here jerking. I'd rather be here fucking stroking fucking Zenon's balls and then get him to do this kind of shit.
That's what he's good at.
Oh, speaking man, of NLG, we rebooted it with a 3-on-3 league.
I wish the Bows the best of luck with that, but I mean, unless more people actually help out, I don't know. So let's see how far it gets. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm doing everything I can. It's just my experience is very limited.
Bro, you're saving lives. You're out there fucking on the highway blazing at like 60 miles per hour trying to save someone from, a heart attack. Man, come on.
60 miles an hour. That's mild. That's like the damn speed limit.
I know. That's how fast it looked like in that video you sent us. I wonder if I could pull that up.
That was like 80.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can find that.
About like 80 miles an hour.
That was in the mosh pit, wasn't it? I'll have to repost it in order to see it.
Yeah, that was in the mosh.
Oh, it looked like you're going really slow. It fucking really did. I was like, shit, you're going to save someone.
We were doing about like 80, 85.
How long you been doing that for, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm coming up on 2 years.
2 years, eh?
Yeah.
How much you guys get paid for that? You get paid good money for that, don't you?
No.
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 Well, okay, wait. There's okay. How much then? If you don't mind sharing.
I make about $12 an hour.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that is fucking nothing. Bro, there's factory workers that make $12 an hour. Like, Jesus Christ.
I started off making $18 an hour when I first started. And had to switch companies.
Here, I'm actually going to post one of Tank's drunk videos. Fuck it. But $12 an hour, that's fucking gross when you're paid. Holy shit. I feel bad for you. Like, even my job pays more. And, like, I do something that's way less important.
And one of the companies I work for is probably one of the better paying ones in the area. So, yeah.
Also, I played one of Tank's drunk videos. It's great. How far do you think your team will go this playoffs? Or this season, sorry. Fuck.
I'm not 100% sure. I really haven't had a whole lot of time and chance to really play with them, but the few people I know are fairly solid and decent, so it just depends on how well we can come together as a team. I mean, the individual pieces are there for a decent run, but once again, it's a team thing, not an individual effort.
All right, so I posed this question to Tank before he got drunk, fell on the floor, and could not get up. And I posed this question to Zendon. So I guess since you're on the podcast, even though you're like half an hour late.
Oh, fuck off.
you're telling me like 10 o'clock. I'm like, all right, cool.
I said
you're like 10:30.
I said 10:30.
No, you said 10 o'clock from the beginning. Your first response to me was 10. Let's not.
My bad. Okay.
I will scroll back and prove to you if I have
all
to.
Right.
But I'm not going to.
I'm sorry if I was off.
All right, so then you said 10:30. Now you're here on 11. We were about to end the podcast. Me and Zendon were about to just fucking chillax. I'm fucking sweating like a fucking horse right now.
Sweating like a whore in church?
Yeah, like a whore in church. Exactly. Who's just blown the pasture. Fucking A. What was I going to say? So your top 3 teams and your top underdog team. And I don't know how much you've gone through the actual rosters, so you don't have to go into like major detail. Like I'll say to you that. But if you can, that'd be great. I don't know how many viewers want to actually hear you talk, but all right, yeah. So your top 3 teams.
I think
and
all
your
2 of them want to hear it.
Wait, no, we actually.
Well, I mean, if they stuck around this long here in Cobra Talk, I don't think they mind listening to me.
No, we fluctuated. We went up and down. Yes, thank you. I think as soon as Tank started talking about eating ass, we lost all our viewers. So
well, what you want to do when you get eaten ass is you want the person to bend over in front of you, grab the cheeks firmly, just spread them apart enough.
Thank you. I'm sure like the 12-year-olds listening
Solid
will
advice.
take that advice. Yeah, for sure. No, top 3 teams and your number 1 underdog.
And then you're going to want to clean it out real good with some wet wipes first.
What if you don't have any wet wipes? What if there's none available, sir?
Then you don't eat the ass.
Then you don't eat the ass. All right.
Sanitation first, my friends.
All right. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Top 3 teams. Go ahead. Go. Now.
Oh, top 3 teams. Well, fuck. I don't even know what teams are playing. Or the rosters. Dude, I haven't had much time to look at much of anything.
All right, fair enough. You're a busy man. Fine, cool.
Top underdog team, I'd probably have to give it up to Philly.
Yeah.
Because
were you listening to the podcast earlier or something? You're just taking the answer I picked or something, or you actually know something about Philly?
I scouted with Philly before the draft quite a few times.
Okay. Fair enough.
They've got a lot of unknown people. Their chemistry is solid. They move the puck around fairly well, and they're a decent team. I mean, I've seen them play. I've played with them. I know what they're capable of and everything else. And they're just a good team. I don't really know much about the goaltending, though, so the goaltending is going to be the big question.
Oh, fuck. Goaltending is always the question, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, sorry.
Top 3 teams. Well,
you just said you don't know anyone. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think here. Probably gonna have to. Fuck. I think what? Montreal, I believe, has a decent lineup.
That could have been my 3rd team, Zenden.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
I believe Montreal actually has a good lineup
I
and
was
team.
thinking that we should have mentioned Montreal.
Right?
Yeah, leave it to the guy who basically knows jack for shit to bring up a decent team that went under the radar.
No, because I was doing my top 3, and I named my first 2, and I'm like, I can't think of a 3rd one. And then you're like, Montreal, and I'm like, yeah, Montreal, Kong's team. All right, there you go.
If I remember correctly, Kong drafted a solid team. They've got a good lineup, decent goalie, and all that. So I expect to see them in the playoffs. Kong's pretty much always put together a good team, regardless of what league he's in. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the playoffs again.
I think he's only ever owned in one league, to be honest.
Yeah, he owned last year in NLG.
Yeah, but that's my point. He's only ever owned in one other league. I think this is I was one of the guys who brought him into IOHL. I'm like, look, dude, you've accomplished everything you want to really accomplish in NLG. Why don't you try IOHL?
All right, I didn't know this was his first season owning here.
Yes, I think he's played here one season before. He didn't quite like it. I think it was a season that fucking Anaheim, that Ray Yates was running Anaheim, and it folded. What season was that, Zenden? Do you remember? I think you were president at that time.
Yeah, I think it was 3 seasons ago.
3?
Which would be season 13 or 14.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was on the new site or the old site. I think it was on the old one, yeah.
He knows a lot of the players, knows who's good, and I think he probably put together a decent team from what I remember correctly from the draft.
Yeah, I mean, his management is Langtot and King of 412 and Donks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He definitely has a solid group there.
Yeah, but his whole draft was like shots in the dark. Like, dude, when you're taking KT as early as you did, you know you don't have a draft strategy. No one would have taken KT that early. And it's not even...
He might have had one. You just might not agree with it.
No, look at some of the people he drafted. Dude, I covered the whole draft. I looked at all his picks. You look at some of his later picks, people I've never seen him play with. I was in a party with him the other day, and he was like, dude, I haven't even played with the people I've drafted. Like, some of them he hasn't even played with yet. He's just talked to, and then, like, a brief conversation. So you could tell. After that KT pick, you could tell it was shots in the dark.
Well, then, it may work out for him. It may not, but he's got a solid core at least.
Well, yeah. If he has a solid first line, then he's guaranteed at least 5 or 6 wins a season, 6 wins a week, which will pretty much guarantee you a playoff spot. That's 100%. Exactly. Yeah, that's all you really need to do.
Obviously, as the season goes on, you'll probably see a lot of moving parts in there between trades and moves down to TC and everything else. So.
And then he chokes in the playoffs. Yeah, I got it.
Well, nobody chokes as hard as you do, Cobra.
I don't remember choking in the playoffs, sir. I have some pretty good playoff stats. Actually, ironic fact, every season that I've ever played in the playoffs as a defenseman, I've always lost. That's a good statistic for you. Every season I've ever played in smaller leagues, in LG I've done pretty good, but in smaller leagues I've always lost in the playoffs.
That's so shocking.
I mean,
fuck you, Zedman.
I think I made the playoffs once outside of LG, and it was off of a trade, and I didn't really get to see much playing time in the playoffs. And every other year, I seem to end up on the wrong team at the wrong time, and just stick it out because that's the kind of person I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're a solid dude like that. By the way, Zendon, I'd like to point out my contribution to the season where I brought in a couple owners and even Reapers playing because of me. Oh, yeah.
Actually, Tank Moore have talked me into it.
Fuck your coach. I sent him your contact. All right? I was the middleman.
You never talked to me about joining it, so.
Yeah, I actually tried to convince you to own.
Well, he tried to convince me to own, too.
Because I told he approached me. He's like, hey, how's Reaper? Is he a solid dude? I'm like, yeah, man, he's awesome. Here's his contact and shit like that. Like, yeah. But I remember before that, I was trying to get you to own. And then it was when Tank was part of the mosh pit that he saw you talking about your kind of disgruntled feelings about how NLG went. And he's like, and then he hit me up. He's like, hey, man, is Reaper a good dude? I'm like, yeah, man, he's a solid dude and shit. And then I sent him your contact and then he hit you up. But yeah, no, you are a solid dude. Despite all the shit you talk about me.
It's all good fun.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like people like May, people like Bruins, who we're cool with now, don't understand how much shit I take from other people. I take so much shit. I take shit from you, KT. I take shit from half the people in the pit.
I don't mean like half of it.
No, and I know it's all in good fun. That's how guys talk to each other. I think someone sent me a meme once where it was like it showed like boys talking to each other and then girls talking to each other. And in the same meme, the guys are like, fuck you, faggot. Yeah, see you later, homo. And then the guy walks off. And the guy's like, what a great dude. Yeah, he's awesome. And then you look at the chick one. It's like, see ya, honey.
They're nice
how
to
you
each
doing?
other's face. And
they're nice to each other's face.
What a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. The chick walks off and then their whole attitude changes. And it's so fucking true. It's if you live life for a little bit and you've been in a lot of social circles, you see it. It's so true. So
Calgary's got a decent team this year, don't they?
Calgary. I think we talked about Calgary already. What the fuck did we say about Calgary? Who's Calgary? What about Jets fan? Yeah, we were talking about his power rankings earlier. I don't know. I mean, other than fuck off, bitch. my girlfriend's looking at the bottle of booze and she's like, that's how much you've drank already. She's giving me that look. I'm sorry. It's for the people. Anyways, other than like Killzone's a pretty cool dude. Any dude who can get Tank like riled up like they do. All right, Tank just sent me a message. What the fuck does this say? Give me a sec here. So we know Tank's one of our listeners. They're all fags, especially KT, because he's elite because he plays with Brewski, the town drunk. In my wallet upstairs.
If that's not the pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what is.
Right? Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to think here based off of like the 30 seconds I saw of people's teams.
Yeah, man, you gotta come to these
remember who that
podcasts like fucking research, sir. We expect cliff notes. Like, don't you understand this is a professional podcast?
I joined the fucking call on my drive home. Okay.
What are you doing on your phone and driving, sir? That's against the law.
Actually, down here it's not. So fuck off.
It's not.
No. Talking on the phone while driving is not illegal in Ohio. Texting and driving is. But even then, I have earbuds in.
Isn't that like the same shit?
No.
No.
And plus,
What if you're holding your phone and calling, or you're holding your phone and texting? You're still holding your phone, and it's still a distraction.
Yes, but one requires you to look at your phone. The other one only requires you to hold it up to your head.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point, sir. You won this argument. Thank you very much.
But even then, I have earbuds in with the microphone attached. So, it's a hands-free device.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this bottle before I start the night and the bottle now. It's not exactly, I think I exaggerated by how much I actually drank, but.
Okay, maybe, yeah, looking at Calgary now.
You look at the roster like,
yeah, I'm not
never
actually
mind.
looking at it through what you have up here. Yeah, no, they're not as good as I thought.
I mean, Winnipeg Jets fan is a cool dude. Mad respect to him, but like, there's no one really of noteworthy on their roster, unless you're trying to pull out some puns. Like Mr. Ovechkin's a good person to pull some jokes on.
Yeah. What team has Frisky Beaver on them?
Frisky Beaver. I remember I did a Buffalo. I think it's Buffalo.
I think it's
Boston. Or Boston.
Yeah, I think it's Boston.
Yeah, then I'd actually put them in one of the top three.
You know what's funny? I think talking about Calgary and talking about Boston, Calgary is a team full of, I almost said full of jerk-offs, but that'd be the alcohol talking. They're full of not really nice people.
Asshats.
Yeah, sure. You know, Winnipeg Jets fan is great. I love that kid. That kid was a random assignment to my team like 2 seasons ago.
Love you. Sorry, continue.
That's okay. I love Jets fan. He's a really good dude. He drafted a team full of guys that are just guys and girls, I guess, that are not the nicest people in the world. A lot of
all
them.
ego, no filter.
Yeah, okay. Whereas Boston, on the other hand, that team is full of some of my favorite people. You know, I told you before, I love Rufio. You know, XEG Cloudy. Cloudy's such a cool dude. Anarchy Monkey. She's one of my favorite people I ever played with. You know, they got Beaver is a cool dude. Canarazzo's a cool dude.
Cleveland 97's a nice dude.
Clee is the best. I love that kid. You know, I think the only negative they got on this team is Chel King. He'll quit on him anyway, so it really won't matter.
But I mean, they've got a solid. I'd honestly put them in the top three.
They got a solid team, and they're all good people.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so fucking weird.
So yeah, I'd probably put Boston at number 2 now.
Wow.
I mean, as long as their defense plays tight and can protect Beaver from some of the bullshit passes, then yeah, they'll definitely have a good season.
Nice. So now that's interesting. You got Montreal and Boston.
Yep.
Yeah. You haven't mentioned last year's champion New York Islanders. And you haven't mentioned everybody's consensus number one team, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Well, once again, I'm flying a little bit by the seat of my pants here because first season here, don't really know everybody. I just have to go off of names I recognize and things like that. But yeah, Boston's definitely going to be a contender as long as their defense can play solid. Yeah, they'll be a contender for sure.
As long as Bruins doesn't let Cobra under his skin again, they'll be okay.
No, we're good. I know Reaper missed it, but he called in. I was surprised. I thought he was just calling in to kind of just talk about his team, which is fine, whatever. Get owners on, talk about their team. It's kind of what I want. Get everyone in. I want to get more people in on the podcast so they can interact with us and conversation can develop from there. It's kind of what I want to do with this. But the fact that he took the time out of the night while he's playing hockey to come on the podcast and apologize, I thought that was great. I thought that was, I give him a lot of respect. I actually earned a lot of respect for him after he did that. So he didn't need to. It's not like I was going to really hold a grudge against him or take it personally that he didn't like me. If anything, the fact that he didn't like me made it easier to have fun with him, because as you can see in the owner's room. But I mean, if you hadn't stopped it, that conversation could have went as long as me and May's conversation went on. But yeah, I mean, because there's so much to respond to there. But no, he's a solid dude. I give him respect for that. He's from Boston. Boston dudes always got that chip on their shoulder. I just have that chip on my shoulder because, like I said, a lot of people take shots at me all the time. When you run a league, and you understand this more than most people, when you run a league, you're constantly, when a decision doesn't go an owner's way, or you have to blacklist someone, you get the worst insults. You get someone who's trying to genuinely fucking try to hurt you, and you have to develop that thick skin where it's yeah, buddy, so what? Go fuck yourself. Yeah, just that's just how it is. You got to develop that shit when dealing with an online community.
All right,
so
Cobra, click over. Let me see Chicago, and I want to see.
Oh, you want me to click? Okay, because you're looking at this on your phone.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Finally, my fucking screen sharing is useful.
Right.
Maybe I'll do a screen reveal. Fuck, reveal, and you can see my ugly face. All right. There you go. See, you good? You want me to zoom in? Would you like me to cradle your balls if you look?
Hey, if you want to play with my balls, that's your choice. I ain't gonna say no to someone touching my balls.
I do have to switch over here real quick to see. What about Ottawa? Tank says, and then KT made fun of someone. Okay, all right, go ahead, continue.
I mean, I can't really say much about Chicago because I only recognize a couple of those names.
I'll sum it up for you. You got Poppy, a.k.a. King Onage. You got Poppy, a.k.a. King Onage as the owner. Hertz, 18 as GM. Who the fuck is Shid? Who the fuck is Shid? Whose gamer tag did he hide under? Who the fuck is that? Is that a second tag or something? Have we investigated this shit? I'd like to report a complaint. The fuck is shit? Anyways, you got Dark staff members. You know you're getting favoritism there. No, I'm joking. You got Pylon. You know your boy Fred, Blue Paint God, who I've been told is Galley.
Flock of seagulls.
Swift Pup, who has been shopped, and Bucket, who's been on the shopping block. And then you got Dan Hutton, Ramsey, Team AU, who's been in leagues for a very long fucking time, and two Apocalypse.
I know Pylon. Pylon's a pretty good forward. He'll move the fuck around. He's
a defenseman.
What? He signed up as a defenseman this year?
That's don't F with Fred.
Okay.
He's speechless.
I swore we had Pylon on our NLGE team last year, and he was a winger.
No, Fred has been a defenseman for as long as I remember him, dude.
Well, okay, I know Fred. Fred's a good guy. He's a solid defenseman.
That was fucking funny. Yeah,
he
he's a
sounds- once
solid
again-
forward.
Yeah, dude. I swore we had some guy with. I swore it was like some pylon was on our team last season for NLG. Jeff traded him away,
Yeah, you
but he was a good forward.
That was you, the pylon.
No, right? Yeah, you were the pylon. You know, I do feel like drinking during the podcast is gonna get a little old. So we should probably upgrade to hard drugs. So after next week, we're gonna do cocaine. And then ecstasy. Oh, I can't believe I just snorted. Oh, okay.
No, if you want to make the podcast interesting, you drop acid or take shrooms. Everybody knows that.
Acid or shrooms? Oh, dude, shrooms. I'm the worst on shrooms. I'm like a fuck. You think I'm a chatterbox now? Me on shrooms, dude, I don't stop talking. Like, I don't even breathe. I just go for 4 hours straight. Like, right after that, you know, you get that trip part where you're sitting there, you're tripping for like a good couple hours, and then after that, you're just like you just fucking start chatting about every single thing. Talk about your whole life experience and shit. That's me on shrooms. I'll sit there, and I took those medical shrooms. I took those ones that come in pills. And this buddy used to buy them online and shit. And I took like 6 of them and shit, which is supposed to be like a half hour or something. And I sat there and I can't remember what movie to watch, but it was real fucking trippy. And then for like the next, like, I think I took them at night. So from like 2 a.m. to like 5 a.m. was just me nonstop talking in an Xbox party to one dude. It was retarded.
I mean, I because I don't know a lot of guys on Chicago, I really can't rank them.
All right.
So, I mean, if you guys say they're a power team and a powerhouse and a team to keep your eye on, I trust you.
What else do you trust us with?
Oh, not much.
Smart man.
All right, guys, we've literally been running for like an hour and a half without like pushing this to 2 hours, and the fact that I just want to relax a little bit. I think that's it. I think we're gonna call it a wrap.
All right. Well, real quick, let me see the defending champs roster, please.
All right, I'll grant you this. Defending champs, Sizzy's team. I'm gonna call him Sizzy for the rest of the season.
Someone's telling me we should do St. Louis.
Yeah, I saw that right now. Go ahead. Do St. Louis. Like, you don't want me to do St. Louis, bro. Like, you don't want me to do
it.
We
will shit all over St. Louis.
St. Louis.
All right, so this is the defending champs roster. You got Swizzy, Tavares, Record 77. I have no clue who that is. Haxby. Whoever doesn't know Haxby hasn't been in leagues long enough. Gabella. So they won the Gabella bid. Is that what it is, Edmund?
Yep.
That's who bid 6.5. Devil's Knight, Skoden. And then what else? You got Immortal, Quick Foul, that dude who just changed his gamer tag. And then they got one random dude on TC. So there you go.
All right, you saw it? Yeah, they've got all right. Honestly, I know a lot of those. I've recognized a lot of those names. I'd have to put them at number 1 right now. Definitely.
You're gonna put this team at number 1?
Yeah, don't say that because we'll never hear the end of it from Swizzy.
I'm sorry, but
he's gonna walk around like it's fucking like he just
out of the rosters I've seen, I have to give number 1 to New York.
Well, they did win the Cup last year.
They've got a good team there. I will absolutely give them that. They're solid all around.
I only know like 3 names on this team. Fucking A. When you yawn. All right, so we'll do St. Louis to finish it off. Because Gohard keeps telling us to do St. Louis.
All right.
He's sitting there in the fucking wilderness, fucking jerking himself to fucking tranny porn.
I will give them the over on my guess and say that they will maybe win 10 games.
All season?
All season long. They will barely break double digits.
Yo, come on, man. He drafted a lot of players that he scouted. Like, let's be honest. How many good players actually scout? Like, that's the sad part. Like, how many, like, legit good players do even bother with scouting? And I'm not even good, and I don't even fucking bother with it. All right, so who we got here? We got Go Hard. We got Illness of Ego. Lanky, who apparently is drunk all the time. I don't know him that well, but people keep telling me that. Frisky Man is
We need
a
to
captain.
get Lanky on the podcast next week.
We tried to get him for last week's podcast, but he wouldn't come on.
All right, I'll get him on.
You'll get him on?
Yeah,
all right,
I'll
so
work
that
on
is
that.
your job.
I got
We're
I
gonna
got
do
to
that.
work on Lanky and I got to work on Black AVR. We got to get both of them on.
And then we gotta somehow find a way to block Tank. No, it was great. I was surprised Tank came on the podcast for a little bit. It was great. It was great.
I mean, we'll let him stay on for 5 or 6 minutes again, and then we'll just tell his mom to call him again.
And here's why I think St. Louis is going to maybe win 10 games. Because I don't see the talent there. And what talent they do have, I believe is going to get so frustrated and so pissed off that they're going to demand trades.
They've got a really good goaltender. That blue 666 is a really good goalie.
Yeah, that was his best pick. That was his best pick. Everything after that was shit. In my opinion.
Here's the thing. And I've seen it with quite a few goaltenders that end up on shit teams. They get no defensive support. They get frustrated and they demand a trade. And then you get shit in return for it. So I think, once again, any talent they have on that roster by the third week is going to be requesting off of it. And it's going to hurt them that badly that they probably won't win many games throughout the season. Not trying to be mean to anybody, but that's just how I see this playing out.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, if Go Hard is back next week, he can offer his rebuttal.
Apparently he's not coming back till the 22nd. Who the fuck goes hunting in October till the 22nd?
Deer season, bro.
Is it? I'm not a big hunter. I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah. I think it's bow season right now for deer.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right. Well, hopefully a deer fucking rams him in the nuts.
I don't want to be anywhere near Go Hard with a bow.
It might not be deer season. What would it be? It might be turkey right now.
Well, he sent us a picture of him hunting with a rifle. So maybe he's hunting
for rifle deer.
Maybe he's hunting for turkeys to feed his family. So in that case, Go Hard, thank you for feeding your family. I don't fucking know. So
yeah, man.
So fucking got here.
I just don't see people wanting to stay on this roster. Anyone who's semi-decent, anyways.
Fair enough. That's your expert opinion, sir. We're gonna go with it. Me and Zenden are just gonna agree with you because fuck it. We're just gonna fucking agree.
I mean, what do you think, Cobra? In all honesty, what do you think?
In all honesty, I think I already told Go Hard what I thought during the draft.
Elk season.
It's elk season. Okay, thank you, Go Hard. I already told Go Hard what I thought. Go Hard. Go Hard what I thought during the draft. I thought that blue was probably a good pick because he would have went within the first 2 rounds. So it's good he got a good solid goalie who's known. I think there's a lot of names in the second and third round he could have taken above the people that he scouted because let's be honest, most players only scout for maybe like 2 or 3 teams, and maybe only 1 or 2 of those teams is actually interested in them. Most of them are interested in picking up their friends. So you could slide. You could slide on players that you scouted that, you don't, they would be like, well, I only scouted for this team or scout for that team. So you, as an owner, that's your due diligence to go forth and be like, hey, so you scouted with me. Who else have you scouted with? You scouted with Montreal? Okay. All right. Well, tell them you fucking just developed AIDS and you're not playing for the season. No, that's bad. No, but you know what I mean? Like just feel out the players you scouted so you understand the dynamics of the draft. You know what I mean? Like, so there's some teams that will just pick people like Montreal out of the fucking, like I said, throwing a dart at a draft board. But, sometimes you get lucky, and a lot of those players you scouted that you want, you can get them in later rounds for cheaper, and then you have much more success with them. And then if they don't pan out, like some players are really good in scouting, and then you throw them in a league environment, you put them with players you want to play with, and they're fucking horrible. They're horse shit. So then you get to trade them off and shit, or you get to send them to TC or get rid of them and then rebuild your team from that, right? So I think
for the most part, players that are new to a league that are you scout and haven't really scouted with anyone else, you don't have to worry about them being gone in the first 5 rounds. No one knows who they are. They haven't really scouted with anybody. So you can save them for a later draft pick and use your top draft picks for someone with value.
Are you home right now, Reaper?
I am.
You are?
I'm sitting on my couch drinking a beer.
Very good. What are you drinking?
Labatt Blue.
Labatt Blue? Really?
Yes. It's almost gone.
You down to play some Fortnite?
I might. It depends on if anyone on my team's on and playing, because I should probably try and play with them before the start of the season.
Yeah, start of the season. When? So Zen, since we're on, we're ending the podcast right now. Zen, when is the start of the season?
Monday.
What can we look forward to? Monday. I guess before we
Canadian holiday on Sunday, and heaven forbid we play hockey on a fucking
No, this
Canadian
is the
holiday.
funny thing. This is the funny thing I want to end on. We were having a conversation in the owner's room about Canadian holidays, right? So since I was born, when we have a holiday, other than like Christmas and New Year's, because usually Christmas and New Year's you take like those days off. Those days are off anyways, depending on when they fall on. Like every other holiday, like Easter and stuff like that, we always celebrate it on like it could be on a Monday, but we'll celebrate it on Sunday so that Monday we can relax and enjoy the day off, right? So I think it was you and it was Zendon and Tink. I think it was you two. You guys just couldn't understand the concept. You're like, no, man, if Thanksgiving falls on this day, that's the day we fucking party and shit. And like, whatever. If Thanksgiving's on a Wednesday, that's the day we get fucking drunk and fucked up and shit like that. It doesn't work like that in Canada, man. Our Thanksgiving always falls on a Monday, and then we celebrate it unless you have like 2 families to go to. So sometimes, like for most families, it'll be like you celebrate it on a Sunday, and if you have a second family, you'll go visit them for like an hour or 2, say hi, say your things, and then you'll move on. Or sometimes you'll have a meal there too. But most cases is you celebrate it on a Sunday, and you get the Monday off, and you guys just seemed like totally blown away by that concept.
Go Hard says they're making the playoffs guaranteed.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, pretty much. And so Cobra, down here in the States, Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday.
It's always on a Thursday so you guys
always
think that's it. That's the day you guys get off. That's the day you guys just fucking party the fuck out, eat turkey, drink, watch football, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. Us Canadians, we celebrate it a little bit differently. Most holidays we celebrate the same way. Like it usually falls on a Monday, and we usually celebrate on a Sunday, and then we have the Monday off. Same thing with birthdays. I don't know how you guys do it in the States, but for birthdays,
but generally speaking, for Thanksgiving, we get Thursday and Friday off.
Wow, you're fucking
So then we
lucky.
get like a 4-day weekend, or a 5-day weekend. Sorry.
Wow.
No, 4-day. I was right. 4-day.
Who do I got?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
Who the fuck do I have to jerk off in the Canadian Parliament to get that shit? That's awesome. If you get a fucking Friday off and then like Saturday or Sunday you don't work anyways, and you get like that 4-day fucking weekend, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking sick. I'm a little jealous. I'll be honest.
That's just how we do it in the States.
Yeah.
But other than that, pretty much every holiday is like Sunday, Monday, except for the days that are actual set dates.
Fair enough. So before we wrap this up, do you guys have any last words? Zendon, the other guy in the podcast.
I don't really have any last words.
Still
trying to wrap my head around this whole holiday concept here. So,
what's confusing about it? It's simple. We like to relax on Sundays, Mondays. Mondays. Fuck.
Well, okay.
All right, fucking just respect us, fucking Canadians. All right, man. We gave you hockey.
I guess.
Yeah, you gave us hockey and Rush. Thanks for those two, and fuck the rest of the shit you dumped on us, like fucking Bieber.
Fucking Justin Bieber. You guys want Justin Bieber.
Oh, fuck no.
man.
You guys can take him back.
We ran this shit longer than intended. Okay, so anyone who's waiting for like the West Powerings, that's not gonna happen until tomorrow morning, maybe. We'll see. I'm done for the night. If Zendon, you want to play Fortnite, I'll be back at my Xbox right after I end this.
Okay.
And I post the link. We were down to 0 viewers, so everyone left us. They're like, fuck this shit.
All right. Final word. Fuck Cobra. He can go suck a dick.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. No, it's been great. For everyone who's listened, it's been awesome. Zendon, has been great having you on the podcast. I hope you can do this next week.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hopefully we'll. Like, I wanted to do an hour, and somehow we pushed it to 2. Somehow we pushed it to fucking 2 hours. Oh, man. I'm gone. I'm done. All right, I'll see you on Xbox in a bit.
Peace.